Hey guys, check out Imagination Rock and let us know what you think it looks like in the comments.
Welcome back to another BEAVER banger. So today we're at a treehouse built by Treehouse Masters at Dogwood.
150 feet tall. From the very top, you'll see kind of zigzagging back and forth up there, all the way down at the bottom. And there's an observation deck over there. If you want to get really up close and personal, you sure can. A little bit about our treehouse. I'll tell you more about it when we come back. And that was built on Treehouse Masters on Animal Planet. Pictures of the Amish crew building the bridge here. And even the big beams up on top were lifted up with just a block and a tackle, a lot of muscle. And if you look to the left, you'll see the water coming across there, which we will go through that crossing on the way back if you want to take a picture of the old bridge here. And then on the next to last post here, you will see a couple of more pictures of the bridge. And on your right, you're going to see a display case. And these are some of the tools that the Amish used when they built it. They sawed all in big beams with hand saws. They actually drilled all the holes with hand drills. And it was definitely a... Now here on your left, this is our first stop. This is the Hope Wilderness Chapel. This was built back in 2002. And it was built by our construction team here. Well, now the head man who's in charge of building was very passionate about this. Did not take any money for it. So just to kind of reward him, they let him name the chapel. And in 2002, his 2-year-old daughter's name was Hope, and that's why it's called Hope Wilderness Chapel. And one more little side note, we found out about a year ago that in October, Hope got married in the service. And that is the majority of our business in here, our weddings. We did about 75 last year. We've already done well into 30s this year. And just come on in. We'll only be here for just very few minutes, but come on in. I'll tell you a little more about it once you get in there.
Oh, look, there's a fish right there. Right there, you see the little fish right there? Look, there's 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. You see them? Look, there's a big one right there. Swimming?
Dude, that's big.
That's pretty cool. You see them? All right here. All right, good. Pretty cool, huh? There's a big one over there too, on the other side of the rock.
Loud, really loud. Pull it hard.
Pull it down.
There you go. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah, good job. All right. I wish it was Beaver so we could flash it up a little bit and cool everybody off. Now look to your left, you'll see Little Indian Stables. That is where they will bring you out and match you up with a horse to your ability. If you've never ridden a day in your life, you've been riding for years, they will take care of it. Here on your left is another small waterfall. You're going to see it right there. And this waterfall kind of serves 2 purposes. Besides looking really pretty, This is also known as a weir, W-E-I-R. Now, the purpose of a weir is to actually put oxygen into the stream. We have nothing but rainbow trout out here, and for them to survive, they must have oxygen. And we have about 54 weirs here, and we're going to try to sell 11 or 12 of them today. So you guys, we can fish your head. If you're ready, we will continue on. Yes, brother. Now our next one up here we call piranha pools. Now this is actually not where we keep piranhas, but we have a bunch of hungry rainbow trout. They kind of think they're piranhas, and what we're going to do is stop the tram on the bridge. You guys will be sitting in the water here, and I will throw out some fish foods. We'll see if we can do a few tricks for you. Now, if you're sitting on the right-hand side of the tram, it's okay to stand up on the tram, come to the left side once we stop here, because all the action's going to be right here, and I can see our rainbow trout right here on your left. They are just waiting. Look at all those guys there.
Look at all of them over there.
Like I say, you can stand up, come over here to the left side of the tram if you want. You will get these guys to eat some food here, which I bet they will. You throw some all the way back there so you guys can see them too. All right, I've been training these fish. I've been training them. They will walk on the bridge sometimes. Okay? Let's see if we can get them to it. All right, guys, just like we rehearsed, walk on the bridge. Here we go. Yeah, they're getting better. They're young. There's still a couple of them. Now, when we stop the next time, you guys all get to see the fish. And we got some really big ones up here, 8, 10, 12 pounders. All right, here we go. But the most proposals we get are at this place right here. I'm going to show you it in just a second. I'm going to stop here and I'll tell you all about it. Good. Oh yeah, I can feel that school green right there. Good place to fish for a while. Yeah. Now, some of our 34 springs come up to the top of the ground, like the next one here on your left. This is called Stump Spring. You will see one of the springs running out underneath that stump there. And that water runs out there 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Guys, we're in Missouri, and Missouri is known as the cave state. We have little caves here just about anywhere. Now, all of our caves are actually blocked off to the public. We don't let anybody go inside just for safety's sake, because there's so many folks out here by themselves hiking and on bicycles. We just don't want anybody getting inside, getting lost or hurt, because you know caves can be kind of dark and slippery places. And we're going to show you one up here on your right in just a minute. And like all of our caves back to 1990, we at Missouri State University, they explored every one out here. And they were looking for artifacts or Indian burial sites. Now this one on your right up here, we call Power Line Cave. And when it was explored, they did not find any artifacts or Indian burial sites. And you'll see it up here at close. You'll notice that there is a gate in front of it, some rocks laying in front of it, just so nobody gets inside and gets lost or hurt. Now, the one thing they did find in this cave was a bunch of bats. It's full of bats. It's got a Mexican tail bat, and it's also got a brown bat species that live in there.
Why now? That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're really happy to have the bats out here because they eat so many mosquitoes and insects. With all the water we have out here, we can get quite a few. So we're really happy to have them. And we've never really seen them except right in the dusk or it's dark. You hardly ever see one during the day. Now we are getting ready to come up on our next Indian burial site up here, and this one is really, really old. Now they started exploring this one in 1990, and when they got in here, they actually found a fire pit and some fire pit tools, and these were used strictly for cooking, fixing food. They found a little bit of pottery and some different artifacts in here. And then when they found the Indian burial remains, they had them radiocarbonated. And when they did, they found out that this one went all the way back to 6000 BC. This spot is over 8,000, yes, 8,000 years old. And you'll see it there on your right, and we call it the Great Spirit Rock Shelter. And this is the actual oldest Indian burial site in the entire state of Missouri. And you'll see that rock wall up there. We built it, and it is actually for, if you're on a bike or hiking out here, you can get right up there close and personal to that waterfall. And I'll kind of slow down over this next bridge. You don't have the screens to you want to get another picture. The tree won't be in your way if there was and there you can see it a little bit better, I believe, right here. All right, and I've got two more caves to show you here, and then we're going to get off the tram for about 10 minutes. And I'll see if I can get some help with these fish up here. So I got all kinds of fish that are ready to eat. Now look to your left as soon as we come across the water. We call this one Kids Cave.
I want to see it. The little cave right back in there.
And it's not because we let the kids go in it, it's just kind of kid size. And as you're facing this, on the right, the bigger opening of the two is actual cave. And then I've got one more on your right up here to show you. And you'll see it just where you see the rock wall about right there, and then you'll see the gate right there. And that one's called Fire.
Oh, that's way back in there.
All right, guys, we're going to do the
Yeah,
Glory Hole. This is Johnny Morrison's private fishing spot. And we're going to come up here. We're going to get off the tram for about 10 minutes or so. And if you want to feed the fish, you sure can. I'll bring the food right up here by the water for the fish. And we do ask that you only...
Come on, Jantzen. They're over here. You feed them back over here.
I'll show you what they do.
Yep.
Not like that.
No, I think they're gonna do it right here on the rocks. Yeah, you see them all out there? You see them swimming right there?
All right, it's big. Hold out, Jimmy, both your hands. Okay, get it like this, yeah?
Hold on, Jantzen, you don't feed? Hold on.
And guys, you can feed them here, or you can go up on the balcony there. This is the only place you can't feed them is in the street side here.
Wanna come over here and feed them, Jantzen? I think the big ones are over here.
Yeah, there's some big guys on there.
They're not hungry. They're not hungry.
Yeah, some of them are starting to come over here. Ooh, they're fast. You see how fast they are? Look how fast that. Ooh, look at that big one.
I know, I try to feed them.
See, here they are, Trout. There's some little ones too.
Jantzen.
Oh, you gotta throw them out there. Hey, careful on the rock. Oh yeah, there's a big one. Right there, swimming away. Are those baby ones?
Yeah, I'm not baby. Okay, ready?
Okay. Throw it.
Oh, in my ear. Oh, we're trying to find this food.
Hey, there's a bunch back over there by the rock. See 'em? Over there?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there's a big one. Oh, wow.
Mama, what are you doing?
Oh, that's out there. Yeah, they're pretty water. I have them. Why is it still?
This next spot up here is probably one of our most photographed sites, and this is called Seven Pools. And I'm going to stop right here in this ideal spot, and you'll see all 7 tools from the Tram. And there's 7 weirs, and they are all stocked full of rainbow trout. And that's the spot. Should be just about right there for you. Now, when I came out here fishing with the guide, we went to the third pool up, and that's where we caught about 15 rainbow trout. Super fun. What he wanted to do with him. And he knew to bring his friends out here to fish. Johnny Morris was a professional fisherman for about 5 years. And one of his best buddies,
It's a beaver.
I hung out with and fished a lot with, was Waylon Jennings, the singer. Now, Waylon kept telling him, he said, you need to let the public see this. This could be such a beautiful place. And we really feel that Waylon was very instrumental in helping to get Dogwood started. So much so, we call this crossing Waylon Jennings Crossing. And also,
Waylon, that's your cousin.
on your right there, that is where Waylon caught his very first fish out here. And it's also where Johnny's daughter, Megan, where she caught her very first fish when she's 4. And there are pictures of all that in the restaurant behind the hostess stand there. So if you get a chance, go by and take a look at that before you leave the event. And up on top, you'll see some big old rocks that kind of look like turtles. Now, the technical name for these are Cypherium nodules, and they came out of a mine in northeast Oklahoma. And when they find them and mine them, they look just like they are here. We've done nothing to them but just attach them to the top of the rock or the wall here. And if you really use your imagination, they kind of look like turtles or turtleback. And that's why we call them turtles bridge.
Yeah.
Now, up here on your right is another rock I want you to take a look at. And it's a great big one just sitting on the grass there. And we found this in our rock quarry when we were getting rocks out for landscaping and different things here. And we call this one, this actual name is Imagination Rock. So we want you to shout out, what do you think it looks like? What kind of animal? And you say it again.
Bison.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I've heard bison, buffalo, horse, cow, dog, pig. My funniest description of all time, and I never would have thought of this in 100 years. I had about a 7-8-year-old girl. She went out, she gave it a hug. She sat on it, she kissed it, she had her mom take her picture. And so I finally went out there and I asked her, I said, what do you see here? What is this? So she kind of looked at me and she looked at it and then she said, animal cracker. So I thought that was a pretty good description. Now, I never would come up with that, but I also think that's what she wanted to eat. Because I remember her hitting her mom up for some snacks the rest of the way out. Funniest description I've ever heard. Was it.
Nice little waterfall.
Now look to your left here, you're going to see another little waterfall. We call that one Lazy Waterfall because it's just coming down the hill real slow. And look at that really dark green pool of water underneath it. And that one's really dark green because it's so deep. It is 12 foot deep right there, which is the deepest part of the entire creek. And
That's
the
two of me.
depth is what gives it the dark
Beyond
green.
stop.
As we go past it,
myself twice.
way, it'll start getting lighter colored because it gets shallower. We call the whole thing Emerald Pool.
It's like if I was
You
standing
don't
on my own
notice how dark
shoulders.
it is right there by the waterfall.
See it right here?
And it's here all the time, but we call it a disappearing stream because when there's water on this creek side to your right, it's covered up. It's also known as karst, K-A-R-S-T, and I'll show you where it's at here just as soon as we come from. And just kind of look to your right, and you'll see a little bitty spring bubbling up there. And like I say, if there was water on that creek bed there, you'd never see it. All right, we're getting really close to it. Well, guys, we have come as far as we can possibly go today. In Missouri, we are going to cross into Arkansas. Yeah, this is state line right here. And I'll pause here for just a couple of seconds if you want to get a picture of the Arkansas sign. You can tell everybody we're in a couple of states here. To elk and bison country. And we're going to go across quite a few of these cattle guards today. And this just keeps the animals in whichever pasture we want them to graze in. And we just have to go across. It's very little and just not too bumpy, but have to have them out here. Now this big barn on your left is full of hay. It's also full of grain. And we grain feed all the animals out here. Well, there's our Texas Longhorn. If you look at your left, I'm going to go from the top of the hill here.
Oh, we know those.
Stop. We will talk about this guy.
You know.
In the shade right here. We'll do our best so you can get a good picture of these guys.
We know about the Longhorns. They got a little baby over there too.
All right, these are our Texas Longhorns here. And you'll see the two big guys standing up there. Now the one with his rear end to us, that's Willie. The other one is Waylon. And we just had a contest to name the babies. We just finished last week. And if you can see the black one there and the brown one, and this is what they came up with. The public voted. The brown one's name is Brooks. The other one's name is Dunn. Brooks and Dunn. Willie, Waylon, Brooks and Dunn. Yes. So, anyway, that was the name that everybody voted on. Now, the big guys here are about 9 years old, and they weigh 2,200 pounds each. So they're big guys. And look how wide those horns are on them. They keep them their entire life. They just keep growing. Now, they're 9 or 10 now, making almost double in length by the time they get 20 years old. And that is how they actually cool themselves off. Now, they let heat out of their body through the ends of their horns because they've got little openings in the end. So on a hot day they want to cool off. That's how they let their body heat out. Now, the babies out here, Brooks and Dunn, are just 6 months old. We actually got them weaned from their mother, and we wanted to make sure they were going to get along with the big guys here. And so we had them in this pasture for about 3 weeks. Well, they're getting ready to move them into the next pasture, and that's where all the elk and the bison are at. So they all get along really good. And anyway, that's Willie, Waylon, Brooks, and Dunn. I got to get used to saying Brooks and Dunn. They had Johnny and Cash, and they had a whole list of names that you were going to go with, and they let the public decide what they wanted to call them. So anyway, we'll head on across here. So. And we will find some elk out here too. Probably.
Yeah, I see that big elk.
All right, I see some of our elk all the way around the other side by the trees over there. So it looks like everybody's looking at that side. So that's good though. They're in really good living spot for you guys.
Yeah, you see that they actually had us a while that we give them a big gesture.
How much crop we got? We have a because this many animals out here. Really good. I see that great growth they do. They know what's in there. Really love these breeds today. Breeds out here in the back.
Well, gotcha.
Up the year.
That's a horse farm.
See ya?
Because we had a
Bunch of
really
them.
late rut season for them. And I was trying to see if we had any babies laying out there with them. I don't see any. Now there may be some in this next group up here, because a lot of the babies still have their white spots on them.
See him right here?
It's like a deer does. And they're kind of far over there. We're gonna get up here and get a best angle we can.
That an eagle. That's an eagle.
Oh, I can't tell.
Now you'll see a few right there that have some really short horns on them. And those are actually about a year-old male, because the females do not have any antlers. I said horns, but I meant antlers.
See them? Those get really big.
Now, when
They're like
an
living
elk
big deer.
has a baby,
Real big.
that baby is first born, it has no scent and no odor. And when it's first born, mom will actually cover that baby up with grass and leaves, while she will go out and feed. That baby will not move, because the baby knows as soon as mom gets back, it will get fed. And the reason for that is, if a predator was to come along, they would not be able to see the baby because it was covered up, and they wouldn't be able to smell them because they have no odor. Now, after 2 months or so, the baby will develop a scent or an odor. Then mom will introduce them into the herd. All right, we are going to get really close up here to some big bull elk and all kinds of bison. Look at all those bison. Now you're going to see the little short ones out here. They're called red dogs, and they're only about 2-3 months old. There's a really cute one over here on your left, and he's right under the tree there. He's waiting for us.
Oh, yeah, look.
And we've got about
That's right here.
babies out here. So there he is. Yeah, what are you doing, baby? What are you doing? Just hanging out there in the shade? Huh? In fact, there's 2 of the babies right here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the one up on the hill's a little younger. This one's a little older down there. And look at these big bull elk on your left. Wow. Man, you are right on top of them. How about
Oh,
that?
and they're in velvet, too.
Hey, guys.
They're pretty.
We got a bison right here. And good look at these guys. So, yeah.
I'll have to come tell you, hey, Caden. You see him?
Now look at those guys right there. Look at the velvet on their antlers.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah, we're just looking at your antlers. That's it. Really big guys here. And what they do when they get into November every year, the blood flow actually quits going to their antlers in preparation for them to fall off. Now these 2 guys here are a little bit younger. Now the other ones are a little bit bigger out here. You can see he's got some tree branches still hung up on his. And they're just about, these guys, this one's probably about 1.5 years old right here. Now the ones that you have seen with the antlers like this guy here, now don't let him con you into petting him. They love to have their head scratched, so they're real con artists is what they are. Anyway, what you see on their head has just regrown since March. And they do it every year. They fall off and they regrow. And in November, when the blood flow quits going to them, then they start rubbing on trees to get rid of the velvet. And then in March, they will lose their antlers. They may lose one on this side. They may lose one on the other side. And our park rangers come up here and pick them up. And they will actually, we donate a lot of them to schools and museums. Where do you think you're going? Where are you going? Huh? Are you just walking around? Yeah, don't let them con you into scratching them on the head, because they are big babies. And he's going to look real sad at you here. So I've had them rub on the tram just like crazy. They'll scratch their head on the side of it to get people to rub on it.
See that big old elk back there? See that big
Now I've got a set of antlers I'm going to bring around, let you guys hold it. You can take a picture of it, whatever you want to do. And this is one we got from last year. And it's pretty good size. I wish they would have got one a little smaller. But if you guys want to hold it, you sure can. So yeah. That's a big one there. That one might weigh 20 pounds. So. And that's exactly what falls off their head, and then they regrow this every year. So What are you eating right
hold
now? Is
it?
that really good? No,
You
you're
got
pulling
it?
the grass down. This is a little one here. He probably is not much over a year old.
So what does it look like?
That's why we don't look at him. Still very young, probably 2 months old.
Those are baby bison?
And you can see why they call them red dogs. They're the same size as a dog, and they have the red color for a couple of years. Now, while I've got you here, I want you to look to your right out there, and that is our white bison. Can you see our white bison there? And that is Takoda. Takoda. And in the Sioux language, that means friend to all. Now, he was actually bred over in Macon, Missouri, and he's 5 years old now. And we also have his mom, and we have his sister over there. Now, look just in front of Dakota there, and you'll see one with a really black head. And that one with the black head's name is Ninja. And he is our alpha male. All these babies out here are his. All
with the black head.
There,
Right there.
you want the really black head.
Oh, with the black head.
And that's the daddy one.
Yeah. Ninja.
He's been the alpha male the last couple of years out here.
Yeah. Ninja.
Every year in rut season, they determine they will actually fight with the other males until they determine which one the alpha male is. The elk do the exact same thing. There's a really good picture, and look at that head. And you can see how they kind of shake their head back and forth, all of them, and that's the way they breathe. They have like a double lung capacity. They really take in a lot of air.
It's hot. I'm glad you did this early.
All right, well, guys, we're going to start on down the hill here. Bicycle or hiking, and it's 3.2 miles away from the nature center.
Oh, we should have done the bicycle.
Now, that's as far as you can go on a bicycle or hiking. You cannot come up this road here. Although if you have tried, but the animals, they don't attack or anything, but they go on defensive mode. So if somebody, or myself included, if I was just to walk out into the field towards them, some of them would just stand up and they would just really look at you like, what are you doing out here? Because they're so used to seeing us in a tram or on one of our side-by-sides, they know they're safe out here. Because most of them were raised here.
Hey.
Right here, they've been here for many, many years. So they're very...
Little doe right there.
Now up here at Litchfield Falls, we have golden rainbow trout.
It's a wild
These
doe.
are just like any other rainbow trout, except they're gold colored. Now I'm going to show them to you here in just a minute. They should be on the left-hand side, I think, right up here. We'll point them out. Yeah, right here on your left. And I'll throw out a little bit of fish food, and you'll see if I can get them to jump up for you here. So, yeah. Hey guys, how we doing? We're just gonna stop here for just a couple of seconds. So, yep. Now there they go. Now these are no different than any other rainbow trout except for the color. And it was a color mutation of a female fish back from 1955, and they just kept reproducing, and we've had them around. But we want you to feel sorry for these guys. We had over 200 out here about 6 weeks ago. Oh, wow. The eagles fly over. Now look to your right, and you will see a whole bunch of rocks up there, and you will also see water coming out of it. I told you about the 34 springs out here. This is spring number 1. This is where it all begins, right here. And there's nothing up beyond it. This is where the very first spring is. All runs downhill until it gets to Table Rock Lake, and about 54 million gallons of water a day go from here to Table Rock Lake.
Is that spring water we be drinking?
Now,
How do you
up on
rank
the
that?
top of the hill on your left is what we call Trapper's Cabin. Now, when Johnny Morris decided to build Dogwood Canyon, he wanted a place to stay so he could supervise the construction of Dogwood Canyon, and this is what he had built. He saw this exact cabin in New Mexico and decided to build an exact replica of it here. And he's the only one that's ever stayed in it. We don't have any overnight accommodations, although you could. It's got heat and air and everything in it. And that balcony is the master bedroom. You can see the chimney. It's got a living room, all kinds of mounts in there and everything. How are you, sir? How you doing today? Good, good. Enjoy your day. So we keep hoping someday they'll let us put it on the tram tour, and we can take everybody there and kind of show them what it looks like. It's very dated, very old-fashioned. Just all kinds of mounts that he has got at one time or another. And we call it Trapper's Cabin. All right, guys, we're going to start heading down the hill here. We're going to cross back into Missouri in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Oh, what are they having here?
What is that?
He's probably under one of the logs.
What you saying?
Huh? Jantzen. Look. Alligator snapping turtle. I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
What he looks like. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Come on, bud.
Pronghorn. I saw a herd of these in New Mexico the other day. He's probably in the box. Huh? Oh, yeah.
There's American Lions. React to your party.
What is this? You never seen that before? No. We used to have those growing up. They like sold them at toy shops and stuff. Ooh, butterflies. Ooh. Jantzen. Elena, what is this?
That big pretty. Yeah.
Hey, we saw these earlier. It's soft.
Hey, can woman do that?
All right, come on. We're going across to the treehouse.
Mom, they don't show the elk from there.
They might not have made it. Might have died for health reasons or something, so then they got them taxidermy. Oh.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, little fox.
No, no. What?
Oh no, that's a bobcat, I think. We'll see it inside. Go inside.
No.
Yeah. A lynx or a bobcat.
No.
It might be taxidermy. They blow on this duck call.
You blind?
I don't think that's a real duck call.
Oh, black houses.
Blow on it. Put your lips on it. That's not how you do it. You have to put your lips on it.
Hard.
Let me do it. I'm gonna try it.
Stop it. I wonder how many people put their lips on that. It got way nasty. Oh. Bunch of old school lures. Arrowheads. Let's go up. Hey, the beehive.
What is this?
It's a skin.
Is it hot?
I don't know. You need to grease that sucker.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Look. Why are you scared?
Pick it up.
Bro, why are you scared?
Why are you scared?
I'm not scared.
Then
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Mom, pick it
Yeah,
up.
I'm
Look
afraid
this.
of
I'm trying. Look.
No. What's in there?
Oh, there's a real spider in there.
Pearl?
I thought that was a fake one.
Oh, wild animal. He's over here parkouring.
Bro, stop recording.
Do some parkour. Let me see it. Jump the rock. Oh boy, it slides. Parkour. Oh, bears. The ancient Ozarks. This is pretty. Ooh, arrowheads. I have some of these.